It's Friday, 6th of June, and it's your Minidisc update for the week. So as promised, we now have the Dan Clark Audio Noire X open. This is available for demo, and we also have stock. Is this the best Dan Clark open back headphone so far? Well, I will give you my thoughts on it next week, but in the meantime, come in and have a listen. This week, we're also welcoming a new brand to Minidisc, Kotori Audio. So Kotori Audio is a up-and-coming IEM brand from Singapore, and we're very excited to be the first to bring Kotori Audio IEMs to Australian shores. So we're launching with two models first, the single driver Vampire and the hybrid driver Zephyr. So the Vampire is a little gem of an earphone with a very small earpiece and a blood red faceplate. And quite honestly, I was a bit shocked when I first heard the Vampire because this is a single BA driver earphone. And I typically associate single BA drivers with very limited low frequency and high frequency extension. And the Vampire is probably the most full range single BA earphone that I've heard. Yes, the Vampire does have that typical single BA woofiness where the mid bass is more pronounced than the sub bass. And yes, the highs are a bit smoothed over. So overall timbre on the Vampire is not particularly natural. But at the heart of it, I think the Vampire sounds meaty and dense rather than just being limited at both ends. And for the price of under 200 Australian dollars, I think it's a great casual listen. It's kind of like a baby version of the Symphonium Audio Giant. It's a very good casual sound, particularly for high energy genres like pop or electronic or hip hop. Now the Zephyr sort of takes the opposite approach. This is a hybrid earphone that trades in some of that warmth from the Vampire for a flatter, harder edge sound. The Zephyr loses the woofiness that the Vampire has, but it still has some of that density in the mid-bass tone, and the highs, thanks to the BA driver, are more lifted and separated from the rest of the sound compared to the Vampire. The sound of the Zephyr still gels really well. Sometimes with hybrid earphones, you can really tell that they are hybrid earphones. You know, the bass driver is boomy and the high frequency driver is splashing away and it's really calling attention to itself. The Zephyr isn't like that. It's a relatively cohesive sound where the overall tone is quite flat. If I had to nitpick, sometimes I do feel the high frequencies have a certain buzziness to them. So it's not as forgiving as the Vampire, and on the Zephyr, if you have a track which is a bit edgy, it will sound edgy on the Zephyr. Around this price point, the Zephyr is still more sedate and safe than, say, the Dita Audio Project M. So if you want a flatter tone, I think this is actually quite good for the price. So we're pretty impressed with these releases from Kotori. For a young company, these are thoughtful and comfortable designs. And we're really excited to be the first people to bring them to Australian listeners. So come in, have a listen, let us know what you think. This is Lachlan for Minidisc TV, and we'll see you next time.